Hello, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. We're going to be building up a Celtic cross for you for a reading for the week of the 31st. So we're going to pull our first card here. We're going to jump right into things with your general energy. So your general energy for this next week, Taurus, we have the Tower card, which is not a tremendously great present energy, is it? But I mean, I think in this situation, but I think Taurus in this situation where it's like a weekly reading, I don't think that the Tower necessarily has to be anything truly devastating. A lot of people read the Tower card as like the worst of the tarot, but I don't necessarily see it that way. With the Tower card here, it can be about finding a new start, getting like a fresh perspective on something and like building up a foundation for a stronger tower. So let's see what your challenge is for the next week, Taurus. Here we have the Queen of Swords card, which for me is all about setting up some sort of boundaries. So Taurus, I'm kind of getting the impression right now that perhaps maybe you've been like betrayed by people around you because you failed to build some sort of boundaries with some sort of relationship that you had. But the Tower card here is your present energy can be telling you that maybe like you've done away with these relationships, and your challenge right now is to, with the Queen of Swords card here, is to kind of build up those new boundaries that you didn't build up before. Here in your recent past, we have the Chariot card, and in your future, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is yeah, I mean, here with the Chariot card, this is telling me that you were feeling conflicted about something. You're wanting to go like both ways on some sort of like some sort of challenge that you were facing. And it could just be that you were apprehensive about leaving some sort of relationship, Taurus. But it kind of almost doesn't matter, you know? It's like whether you're feeling apprehensive or not, sometimes like the situations around you or like the universe will just kind of push you towards creating or towards taking some sort of action, Taurus. And I think that that's what the Tower energy here is. I think that you were kind of like dithering like back and forth on some kind of like maybe on like leaving a relationship. I'm almost getting that vibe right now. I think that like there might be some Tauruses who have gone through a breakup or even just like estranging yourself from friends or family members. That could be speaking about this right now, Taurus. So the Chariot card is telling me that basically you were like just apprehensive. You weren't sure like which path to take. And then finally there was some kind of like break or split. Something terrible happened, broke things up. And right now your challenge is setting new boundaries with these people. It could just be that they're not like out of your life entirely. It could just be that like you need to like start from the ground up with building up this relationship again, Taurus. Here in your future, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is getting started on something new. I usually see it as like a project, a work endeavor, something that you're creating and building. It could just be that you're going to start building up new boundaries, and through the process of building up boundaries, it's going to make you more successful in the things that you care about with your career or any projects that you're working on. Let's see what's going on for Taurus in the area of your goals and aspirations, and then also in your below. So here in your above, we have the Seven of Cups card. So this is all about wanting and kind of seeking all these different opportunities and potential outcomes. Could just be that you have like high expectations of this individual. I think like I'm kind of getting the sensation of like a Taurus who has not necessarily had to like break up with somebody or cut somebody off entirely, like a friend. It could just be that like you want them to grow and change, so you're putting some distance between you and them right now. And the Seven of Cups card as your kind of like goals and aspirations here, it could just be telling me that like you have like you see so many different ways in which like the relationship you see so many different ways in which your relationship could continue to move forward. So I think that you're remaining like really hopeful about this individual. And I think that your challenge right now is with this Queen of Swords card and like the Seven of Cups here. It could just be about finding a balance between those two things. Of course, like there could be like a childhood friend that you had and they've become like really belligerent and crazy, and you want them to change. You want them to grow with you. But at the same time, you need to learn to set boundaries to protect yourself through that process. Because it could be that they just don't want to change for the best, and they don't want to change to become part of your life again. So setting up those boundaries right now is going to kind of save you from emotional damage. Here in your below, we have the Eight of Cups card. And this is, this is all kind of adding together, isn't it? We have here like your outward hopes. You hope that this person will change. You hope that they'll grow. You hope that the circumstances will change. But in your subconscious here, you kind of realize that maybe you'll have to walk away from something. Even though like in the past that relationship was great, that friendship was great, you still kind of need to find like the opportunity to walk away from something. So this is like a reminder, like you kind of know like in the back of your head right now, like that might be a pathway out. You might just have to leave this person entirely, which is unfortunate, but just learn to set those boundaries so you can protect yourself. Here in your area of advice, we have the Eight of Wands card. This is always about multiple things coming into your life. It's also about travel with me. It could be that the advice right now that you need is to like just uplift yourself physically from a situation. So if you're like stuck in one place right now where you're dealing with like this conflict with individuals, it could just be that like maybe you just need to go, I don't know, out of town for a little bit. Just take a trip or something. Nothing crazy. You don't have to like travel across the world or anything to find yourself. But maybe you do need to like get out of town to like clear your head a little bit right now, Taurus. Here in your external influences, we have the High Priestess card, Taurus. So this could be telling me that there's somebody coming along right now who could kind of like validate this this subconscious feeling that you're having right now. Because like the High Priestess card, that's all about like the subconscious mind. It's all about like issues that you're dwelling with internally. And in here in like your area of like the below or like the the subconscious, we have the Eight of Cups card here, which is telling you that you need to walk away from something. So there could be somebody coming into your life right now who does make it a little bit easier to walk away from something. I'm kind of paired up also with the Eight of Wands card here. It could just be somebody who could help you get out of town for a little bit. There could be somebody who maybe they have like an extra house, up north or something, as is pretty common. Like in Arizona, like some people have like a cabin up north or something, or they know somebody who has one. So it could just be that there's somebody right now who has like an opportunity to help you just like get out of town for a little bit. All right, here in your hopes and fears, we have the Page of Wands. And then finally, in your outcome, we have the Ten of Wands. Not super hopeful to see there, Taurus. The Page of Wands is all going to be about getting started on something new. I think that this is really, as like your hopes and fears, this is just reaffirming everything. It's just like reaffirming that like maybe you'll need to like find some sort of new friendships or something. With the Wands card here, we have like a little tiny leaf jutting out of the end of the wand. Even though like this rabbit is surrounded by a desert, it could seem like your situation is really desolate at this moment, but there's still like some sort of like new life. There's always going to be new friendships. There's always going to be new relationships that come into your life, Taurus. So don't feel too deterred entirely by this situation, even though like this is where your emotional investment is right now, is in this one relationship that you're having issues with. Just keep in mind that there will always be new things coming into your life, Taurus. Here is your outcome. We have the Ten of Wands card. It's just about being overburdened, Taurus. I'm getting that sensation that if you don't learn how to set boundaries, this individual, whoever they are, is going to like continue overburdening you emotionally. They're going to continue throwing things upon you, Taurus. So I think that really right now, Taurus, you need to focus on setting boundaries between you and this individual. Taurus, here at the end of the readings, we're going to be pulling 3 different cards for 3 different questions. So if you want to pause the video and think of 3 yes, no, or maybe sort of questions, and we'll give you 3 different answers. So I'll give you 1, 2, and 3. Taurus, on your first card, I would say a yes, but just be cautious about moving forward on whatever that question is. On your second question here, we have a definite yes. And on your final one, a maybe. So Taurus, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. If this reading resonated with you, please check out your sun, moon, and rising. Also, subscribe, like this video, and join us next week for your next reading. Thank you.